What's up, guys? Welcome to Crew Rest. This is a podcast of two best friends just shooting the shit, talking about life, talking about the job, and everything in between.
What's happening? Glad to be here.
I'm Miles.
My name's Luke.
We're both air crewmen in the military.
Yep.
You can never be serious. I love that. All right. Just start off. Give us a little background about yourself, what you do.
Yeah. My name's Luke. Glad we get to do this. I'm an air crewman. Me and Miles were at the same squadron. We met a couple years ago. Just the job. Yeah, we're air crewmen. We're door gunners. We're sensor operators, and we are rescue swimmers. Which every day we wear a different hat. It's pretty cool. Extensive training in the books. I won't go into. Just an extensive training to get to where we are now. We have a deployment under our belt, where we really learned how to do the job.
Yeah, definitely.
But every day is different. It's exciting. It's sometimes boring, but with flashes of scary. So, it's awesome.
Yeah, with that being said, I guess our intentions for this is to just talk about pretty much everything we've done in our career, outside of the career, what we do in our daily lives, as far as working out, what we do at the job, how it is flying. We could talk about deployment, pretty much everything in between, and then just go our day to day, and hopefully, we give you guys some good information or some funny laughs.
Yeah, and truly, man, like for the audience, this is more so just for me and you.
Yeah,
to cope in a way
off
the mind, and just two dudes hanging out and having a laugh.
Yeah, and I think it's good for the mental health.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we could start off with some icebreakers. If you want to give me, funny stories or maybe a deployment story or stuff you've gone through in the frac. I don't know.
Yeah,
pretty much anything.
Fun deployment story. We were doing a translat. Translat means we just left for deployment. And shout out October 13th, Navy's birthday.
Almost a year.
We technically left
2 years ago.
Yeah, we left here 2 years ago. We had a 9-month deployment, and October 14th is when we pulled out of port out of Virginia to go across the Atlantic. Halfway through the Atlantic, you guys, we weren't together yet. You were on the Phil C. Philippine Sea. Shout out, they just decommissioned. That's crazy, ain't it? They decommissioned.
Did they?
It. Yes. Shout out old Phil C. That dirty sea, man. That thing was gnarly.
Great times on that boat.
Shotgun cruiser, badass boat. We were on the carrier, the USS Eisenhower, and there was a bomb cyclone.
Yeah.
Which I never heard of this bomb cyclone. And they were saying that you guys hauled butt ahead.
Yeah, we had to try
to get away from it. And I think you guys pulled into Sicily.
No, we pulled into Rota.
Rota, that's it, Spain.
Yeah.
Anyway, while you guys left us alone by ourselves with two other U.S. ships, we went right into the eye of the storm. So we were on. There was water in the hangar, Miles. Like the waves were so big that it was in the hangar, and then there was water on the flight deck, not just from the rain, but waves hitting the side going over. Like
that's 70 feet.
90 feet.
It's 90 feet?
Yes, from the flight deck down is 90 feet.
Yeah, I haven't spent too much time on a carrier.
It shows. In the comments, if we're wrong, please let us know. But it's pretty high up there for the waves to be hitting.
Yeah.
The fantails, you remember what a fantail is?
Yeah.
On the carrier?
It's just a great place to be.
Great place. We can go out and see the sun, all that. And they closed all the fantails because of the storm.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Probably for the better.
For the best. We went out there during the storm, and it was so loud. Like the wind was just like deafening. And me and Noah went out there, and I stepped out, and I looked to the bow of the ship, and there was a rogue wave crashing into it. And it was at the same level as the fantail we were at, which was probably about 70, 60 feet above the water line.
Yeah.
And it hit on the bow though, and it sent a wall of water towards us. And Noah was hiding behind like an I-beam, just enough where like his nose maybe pointed out, but I was out on the actual fantail,
Yeah.
and I looked at Wolk, and it was the last thing I saw before the wave crashed over me. And Wolk said, he was like, "Oh, I thought you died. I thought you disappeared."
Disappeared off the
And
fantail.
I couldn't see anything, and I slid for a little bit and soaked, and it was pretty funny. We were out there for maybe 5 seconds, and we're like, "Oh, this is why.
That's right.
This is why this is secured." That's a funny little.
Did you ever go to the? They called it the spot, the AW spot.
Yeah,
where
that's where we were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of off the side of the ship,
Mhm.
not quite the fantail.
Yeah,
That place was cool.
So you go to the ready room,
Yeah.
and then you go left. So you like walk out.
Through that little hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
That was on the way to the birthing, I think.
Kind of, yeah. So we go into the berthing, right? So you're heading to the berthing, but you go into the ready room.
Yeah.
And then you know how
Across.
you leave the ready room to go out to the flight deck?
Yeah.
Instead of going to the flight deck, you keep going.
Yeah.
And then that's the spot I remember.
Yeah.
I think.
That's a good spot.
Yeah.
I think one of the old guys, I don't even think he's in the military anymore, showed us that on Tista.
Oh, heck yeah. It was probably Felix.
Yeah.
Are we name dropping?
He spent some time. I don't know.
That's fine.
He spent some time on the carrier. I spent most of my time on the cruiser. Very different lives for us, at least. I think there's a lot more going on the carrier than there is on the small boy, but both are fun depending on the type of person you are. They can both be fun. It's all what you make it, man.
Yeah.
You have any nicknames, call signs?
JT calls me Geppetto.
Geppetto. JT calls. He's a funny dude.
Yeah,
He's a crazy
about
dude.
JT.
We probably get flagged if we talk about him. While on the topic of the Transatlant, while you guys were battling that storm, I'm pretty sure we were already clear of it. We actually stopped for a day.
Yeah.
And had open ocean swims in the middle of the Atlantic. Pretty cool. The water was beautiful.
Good for you.
Not a lot of people do that, actually. I've talked to a lot of boat guys, and
that's rare.
Yeah, people have been in for 15 years, and they've never done open ocean swims.
No.
And I don't know. I feel like we got lucky on our first tour.
Nice skipper you had. Nice CO, commanding officer.
Yeah. Stopped. It was a beautiful day. The water was glass. We jumped in. Probably it was like 2-3 hours jumping in the ocean.
And you had to stay in the whole time, right?
Yeah. So for us, as a rescue swimmer, with the boat rescue swimmers, there's aviation and boat rescue swimmers. We both pretty much were lifeguards for the boat.
Yeah.
We pull up and we kind of stay in the water in the surrounding area, and if anyone needs help getting out or can't swim, because a lot of people can't swim
in the Navy
efficiently. They can float, but they can't swim efficiently. They would jump in and instantly they'd be like, "Hey, can you come get us, please?" That was fun. It was old Connor and Jackson. It got rough. It started out really calm. Dude. And then I don't know if the storm started rolling in or something, but like we were getting 6 foot, 7 foot swells as people were trying to get onto the boat.
Dude, I'd be so nervous as a commanding officer watching my 300 sailors swimming.
It was so funny that many people were in the water, and it started getting really bad that we have a joke like on the sail itself that we had those were our first saves.
Yeah.
For us, but it was probably 25 plus people just couldn't get back to the boat.
Yeah,
so we had to literally go get them, buddy tow them straight to the ladder, and literally as the swell was coming up, we'd have to like force them onto the ladder to time the swell.
Yeah.
And if they'd missed that ladder, we would just fall 6 feet. It was awful. It got rough. That was fun, man. It was a good experience.
Yeah.
And it was like one of those things where it felt like you were actually doing the job.
Yeah, nice little foreshadowing right there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Yeah, it is kind of.
It's kind of a little foreshadowing in there. Yeah, we didn't do any of that on the carrier. It was hot. Everything dripped, and there's a lot of days we didn't see the sun. But we flew every day across the Atlantic. I was just like,
you see anything fun out there?
Dude, ironically enough, we found like sailboats that were just like right.
Do you remember the sailboat that had a broken mast?
Yeah,
and an American flag, and it was just sitting
empty.
There? Yeah.
You know who found it? We were flying. I didn't even have it on radar. It was we were in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean,
Yeah.
Big place, middle of the Atlantic Ocean, flying, and we're just cruising. And our pilot was like, "Hey, there's a sailboat outside my window."
Yeah.
Like literally, just like, "Oh," he just like, "Yeah, that's it." And we flew around it for.
Messed up.
Oh yeah,
Like
they
that
had a bad day.
flying, seeing that for the first time, I was like, dude, we might actually be able to get a SAR. I think someone, I don't know if it was on a different ship. One of our people, like, didn't they find a dead body?
Yeah. It was I won't say her name, but it was one of our air crewmen was flying WSC on Com2X.
Oh, it was Com2X. That's what it was. Yeah.
And they found a dead body just floating out there on a sailboat. So that was off the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I guess that wasn't in that translate.
Yeah. But no, I remember that. I remember because I just got back. I just got on the boat.
Yeah.
For Com2X.
You just got to the squadron.
I just got to the squadron.
What a great time.
You're the first person I met. Ironically enough, you opened the door for me to the shop. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts?
Who'd have thought, dude?
I saved your name. I saved your number. You're like, here's my number. You helped me print out my PQS.
Yeah.
Personal. What does that PQS stand for?
Excuse me.
Anyway,
I didn't fill my PQS for that.
You like gave me the rundown, and you're like, yeah, I'm about to leave today. I'm going to the boat. But you opened the door for me, and I was in my whites checking in, and it was you and Brody. And yeah, dude, I saved your number on my phone as Dilly Dilly. It's still the same because I was like Dilly Dilly.
Yeah.
You know. But
never heard that one before.
It's so crazy though, man. If you truly think about it, like in that moment, you know, we met. You left for the boat. I went a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
And just how everything played out in our career.
Yeah. Who'd have thought you'd be on the cruiser with?
And then so
6 months later.
Yeah. 6 months later, so I started out on the carrier, and they do swaps, right? So Dilly was on another ship, a small boy is what we call it, and they swapped a crewman out with me and Connor, which nobody has that privilege. I was lucky enough. I was kicking ass on the carrier, and they were like, "Yeah,
you had a good reputation.
Z, you're good to go. Like, I think that'd be good to get small boy time." And I did, and then got to hang out with you again, which I didn't know you that well. I really didn't, because we came home from Com2X, and like we weren't hanging out. Like I didn't know anyone.
We were all on leave.
Yeah,
getting ready for deployment.
Yeah, and so I was kind of nervous checking in. I was really nervous, honestly.
Yeah,
I was kind of dreading it. I didn't want to leave the carrier, believe it or not.
I remember the first story I heard about you, of when our guys went down to Cali, and you were still in the frac.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, he." I think this was after Fallon. I was on the.
Because you guys, yes, they came.
I
from
came
Fallon.
home. Then the cell crews went out to Cali.
Yep.
And they were like, "Yeah, Zeppetto, the new guy, got us like logs of Zins," and I was like, "This guy's a fucking kiss ass."
Hey, you know, you guys were busting ass, and you know what I was gonna do? They were like, they came into the what do we call it for the students? Our shop in the frac. Did y'all call it anything?
We call it the frac. The frac room.
They came in the room, and they were like, "Hey man, your squadron's here. I already graduated. I got ord modded to stay there at FCF."
Oh,
so I was there
it was rough out there.
Yeah, it was rough. I've done my fair share of FCF.
Still.
Dude, every single day for a month. And we flew and oh my God. Anyway, learned a lot about the aircraft though. Hey, your squadron's here. They're getting ready to deploy. You're going to be on that deployment. Like, you should go and bring them like snacks or something because they're busting ass.
Yeah. And
I was like, okay, I'll get some cookies. Like, I was going to bring cookies, and I brought in what I was going to bring him. And I can't remember his name. He was a prior 70 dub. He's like, no, take that back. Go get some Red Bulls and some logs of Zin. And you know what I mean? Like, you like, and it was good.
They liked it.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah, it was Rogers, Joe, Bree.
Wasn't Rod there?
Rod. No. Rod wasn't there. It was all the cell guys. So Norris was the cell lead at the time. Doc, all those guys. And they were just like, yeah, thank you. Good JT was there. JT was there for some reason.
Who's there, sweetie?
Yeah.
But that's dope. Yeah, I just remember being like, this guy's a fucking ass, dude. Who'd have thought, dude? We're best friends now.
Yeah, look at that.
All it took was a year.
Yeah, that's all it took. And some pain and heartache.
And shitty times.
Yeah.
But with that, I think we've busted into our next section of like operations. For this episode, we'll probably give you guys like some first stories, first time flying, first scares. Happens a lot, more than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like how you felt during those events.
Yeah.
Whether you want to talk about a scary time, your first flight, your first time hoisting, or doing fucking pad work.
Yeah. You want
Stuff
to kick it
like
off?
that.
Go ahead. I went first.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about EPs. We'll save that for later.
Yeah,
Give us
yeah.
something later because I've got a lot of EPs.
Yeah.
A lot of fun times. but-
EPs is emergency procedures.
Yeah.
Which something goes wrong with the aircraft.
Yeah.
And
Know your EPs for those that are going through
yeah.
or that are in.
Yeah.
Let's see. First flight in the frac. That was
Yeah.
a scary time. You spend 2 years, like a year.
A year and some change.
A year and some change going through all types of schooling, rescue swimmer school, air crewman school. Then you go to like your A school where you learn about what the job is. Once you're done with those, that's about a year,
Give or
depending on
take.
holds.
Yeah.
Year and some change. You go to the frac, which is our replacement squadron, and you fly for the first time. And that's scary, dude. You spend like a year and change just thinking about it, dreaming about the day you're gonna fly. And then you're like getting ready. They prep you. You do all these statics, man. Learn about the aircraft, and then you get one instructor, and then it's yourself, and all you do is fly. You don't even have to like. It's crazy now. Like you get in your flights, and you got to do grade sheets and know this and know that. And it's like that one you just sit there and you're just like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
But
you strap in.
Yeah, man. I remember strapping in, and I remember my instructor. I don't know if big dude, cool dude. I don't think you've ever met him. He was a West Coast instructor or East Coast instructor. Mm-hmm. So I remember getting in, and he was in the troop seat, and I was in the SS seat, and like we took off, and it was like the first time that besides being in a plane, I've never been in a helicopter.
Yeah.
It was like kind of weird because you know when you take off and like you have some pilots that'll just rip an armpit full of collective, and you're just like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember taking off, and I was just like, dang, this is a weird feeling. Like
yeah.
It feels. You're like, I think I'm gonna get seasick, or not seasick, but airsick.
Yeah, I feel weird. This doesn't feel right.
Like it doesn't feel like natural. Yeah, we literally just flew around Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is where we operate. This is where we land. And it was cool, man. It was probably the first time when I was like, yeah, I definitely made the right choice in career.
Yeah.
But yeah, mentally you're just like. You don't experience much on your first flight, and you're just like, I can't wait to actually start doing the job. And you literally just sit there and fly. But then you're like, okay, cool. Now, you introduce SAR, you introduce like operating these systems, and then you're like, you introduce ASW, and then you're like, this is cool. And then the flights get more involved. But mentally, like, I just remember being so excited.
Yeah, it was a weird feeling.
You feel so cool though.
Yeah, because I did not think about flying. Like I knew we were going to be in helicopters, but for some reason, it didn't really click that I was going to go up and like do this because it was so far off. Like it was like way, way out there. So my first flight, same thing, man. I was just like out of body experience, 100%. Like
definitely.
Just I knew lack of control. Like that's something I felt immediately. Like I have no control.
Yeah.
Like I have very little input, especially in that you're so junior. You don't know anything,
and you're scared to talk,
dude. ECS, the ECS pop thing, and I kept tapping my instructor. I was like, "What's that? Like, are we good?" ECS
shut down.
Yeah, he's like, "What is that? Are we good?" And he was just like, "Come on, man."
It's crazy how many things pop up, and you're just like, "Yeah, that's just like."
Now you're just like,
"Yeah, oh, cool." Acknowledge.
Yes, you created it. Whatever. Yeah. My first flight was a SACT, and
how.
I don't know, but I'm glad it was, and I was with my instructor, and you do some aggressive maneuvers with the aircraft, and it felt like you said, like this doesn't feel natural, right? We took off and like we're on this axis of like when you fly, you're going straight, or you slightly turn. Aircraft, it's like it's this different. You're on an axis that rotates, orbits or per se, but I got in the aircraft, we're flying, and we start doing the warm-up maneuvers and whatever, and I remember being like, oh my god, this feels like a roller coaster. And I remember when we do when we go down, right, we climb up altitude and we go down, I remember looking at the horizon, seeing that it changed angles, and then I remember looking in the tunnel and just seeing water. And then I was like, this does feel exactly like a very aggressive roller coaster, but we're not on any tracks and we are floating.
Yeah.
And I can't, like I can't do anything about it. I didn't know what to do with my hands. Every time we did a maneuver, I would like, my hands would come up. I almost embraced my instructor. I almost grabbed him
He
like,
probably would have made fun of you so much.
but Bitch and Betty came on one of the things, and he jumped, like he jumped and grabbed the where the SAR curtain goes, grabbed it, and I thought we died. Like,
just close my eyes and let it
I
happen.
thought we died, dude. I was like, because you're like, I am depending on him to keep me safe. Like, I'm not those maneuvers. I'm thinking about crashing.
Yeah.
No,
especially it being your first time and you don't know what's going on.
Dude,
you're like,
no idea.
This, you probably shouldn't be doing this, and then you're just like, you're so hesitant of everything.
But we went down to 50 feet. So my first flight, we went down to 50 feet, and that is the coolest feeling ever. And it's
just flying straight.
It's crazy how comfortable we are with it now, which is like,
now it's like
you get comfortable. And I remember looking down, and the instructor pilot was like, "Yeah, man, it feels like you can kick the water." And ever since he said that, I always say that too. It's like, because it does. It feels like I can kick the water.
You, even for SAR jumps, like,
oh yeah,
you look like you can touch the water, even though you can't.
Yeah. You're at 100 feet, and it's like, oh, it's just right there. It's not a long jump, and yeah.
Fun times, man.
That was my first flight. Yeah, that's cool too, man.
Way better than mine. You were in Cali too, so you probably got to see so many cool things.
So, man, that is a drastically different geography than Jacksonville.
I've never been to the West Coast for the job, so I've never flown a helicopter out there. The furthest I got was Nevada, but
I've never been in Fallon, so I mean, mountain flying. That's like we did some in
awesome.
We did some in, like, obviously San Diego. You got Big Bear and like some ranges up north, but nothing like that. Our Calazes are pretty cool
up there, yeah.
But Nevada, you did Calazes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bet that was awesome.
It was cool. The cross country flight was probably the coolest because you get to see, like, literally we went from Florida to Nevada and you got to see everything in between.
We got to fly close to Tijuana a lot. I can't remember what the landing strip, their airstrip was, but we would fly out there, and that night we would just do like pad work.
Yeah.
And I think I was already graduated, so I was sandbagging one day, and they would Tijuana would laze us.
Lazy guys?
Yeah, from the border. Like, we were next to the border. Like,
yeah.
It was right there, on the beach, and they would just sit there and like laze us and stuff. And every time, dude, I'd be like, "Hey, we're being lazed. Do not look right." And both pilots
look right.
Look right. God. Oh yeah, we are. Like, where? But there's a story about the one of the 40. It was one of the squadrons out there. They went out there to Calazes, and they landed like usual. And I think the Dub went out to go piss, and a bunch of people came out of the bushes with their hands up. It's close to the border. They thought they were border patrol.
They thought they were locked up.
They thought they were locked up. That's the rumor. That's the story. I don't know if it's true or not, but which is interesting.
Hell yeah. It's a lot better than the East Coast. There's nothing that goes on.
No,
you get to see the Jack Stadium or the Jag Stadium. That's it.
Hey, the River Run is cool. I like the River Run.
We don't do it enough.
I did it with XO.
Yeah.
Through the city.
Yeah.
And we were just shooting the shit.
Do you ever land on hospital pads out there?
No.
We land on out here. We got to land on hospital pads. I've
recently
done a couple.
Oh,
I mean, before I stopped flying. Yeah. Yeah. When we got back from deployment, I landed on a couple different hospital pads. Fun,
nice.
Just to get working.
Yeah, no, it's good to switch it up, man.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
It's fun.
But no, we were just flying around. I was like, it was at nighttime. You got the Maxwell Coffee Company. You smell the coffee
here.
Yeah. It's like, oh man,
you smell that when you're driving, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, those are two completely different experiences, first flights, but two very opposite ends of the job too. I feel like a basic fam flight versus a SAC flight. Very different.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, we can kick it off to our next topic. I think here we're gonna have like a thing that comes in where it's just like, this is gonna be the rest, where we talk about mental health, how to decompress, and how to cope with stress. I feel like that's a very important and not so much talked about thing in our community. think everybody kind of just coops it up and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
toughs it out. And I think it'd be great for us to talk, especially doing what we have done as far as like our community on our deployment. I think it'll help a lot of people. I know I personally would like it. I probably won't go see a therapist, so this is my next closest thing. You know, talking to one of my boys.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem.
That is the problem. But you got to find it where you can.
Yeah.
So if I can talk about it in this podcast to help,
yeah, exactly. That's the whole
clear
point.
my mind, and so be it. And then you guys can have fun listening to it.
Yeah, chime in.
Tell me I'm a little baby. But so what do you do as far as like for your mental health on your downtime, man? What do you do outside of work when we're not training?
It's just training more.
Just training more.
No, when I need to decompress, you know, I stay busy. I got to find another outlet, you know, and another thing where I could let go. So exercising is a big thing, and then I stay busy in the garage, and that's like very surface level stuff. They're coming home and realizing that, like when I came home, I was very angry. I was very angry with how people operated on a day-to-day basis, just going out to the grocery store, going to the restaurant, going to pick up mail, like whatever it was, the way they operated bothered me because they were so oblivious to the dangers.
Yeah.
Right. And that, realizing that there was nothing wrong with those people, I was different. And like understanding that and like accepting that, okay, I'm different now. Like and it's not like I thought something was wrong with me.
Yeah.
So I got some help talking to certain people, and when I finally accepted that, like, okay, I'm a little different, and that's okay, you know.
Yeah.
And how to deal with those emotions, you know, I just, you know, I really believe in a higher power, and like I really started tapping into that my spirituality, and like which helped a lot, and everything that goes with that, and just, you know, accepting people for who they are and accepting myself, you know, that I'm different now. But it's every day. Like I restart every day, and sometimes I get a little anxious, you know, or you know,
there's good days and bad days.
There's good days and bad days, but mainly too, man, just having these conversations, like the conversation we had in the truck a couple weeks ago, and like, you said it, dude. I've talked to a few guys in our shop that, you know, that struggled coming home, and it's been over a year and some change now since we've been home, and you know that it finally came up, those conversations, which is sad because we all felt the same way and we just didn't talk about it.
And I think it's just one of those, it's hard for someone to talk about that stuff, you know?
And honestly, I think a part of it was like, I thought I was the only one. And I don't want to bring it up because I don't want to look like a bitch. Yeah. You know, I think that had a lot to do. It's like,
especially in the community with people, like with the people that we work with. Yeah. You have a lot of heavy hitters. Yeah. You don't want to look like a weak link, you know? But I think we all have that. Yeah, it's natural. We're human. You know, we're no one's no one's that, you know, resilient, or not resilient, but yeah, we're gonna struggle, especially our deployment. Yeah, man, it was rough. Yeah, but I don't know. I do get what you're saying about coming home, because you get so used to the routine out there. It was easy, man. We were stuck on a boat. It was like you could take 10 steps and you were everywhere you needed to be. You know what I mean? And then you don't have to drive. You forget about the rest of, like, as sad as it sounds, it's like you forget about home. And you're just so focused on the job and being where we were, doing what we were doing. Like, you had to stay focused. You didn't have time to think about things back home because it could be a life or death situation out there. I mean, and it was nothing crazy. It was just enough, like, you know, today could be the day. So I got to make sure that I'm on top of my shit. Yeah. And I think that was very mentally taxing on most of us. Yes. And in the moment, it's hard to tell, you know, because it's just like your routine and you do it every day and you get adjusted and you adapt naturally, right? And then where was I going with this? By forgetting home allows me to be 100% here. Yeah.
Like never allowing my heart to be somewhere else. Like I'm here. The guys are the only people I care about. Like these are the only and it's a mindset that compartmentalization, something we do in this job a lot, and most military members, compartmentalization, like putting that away for right now. I got a more important task.
Yeah.
That is life or death, or very important. But then you come home and you're just thrown back into it. You're just like everything, dude. I remember I was going home as soon as we got home from deployment, we got, what's that leave called? Palm. I got Palm, and my ticket was messed up. It was when United had something happened with United, and my flight got delayed like 12 hours. Dog, I almost freaked out. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like I you know how bad I freaked out? I went and got a rental and drove up.
And you know what's crazy is that's like, I've done that too.
I was like, I'm driving. It's a 12-hour drive.
You get there the same amount of time.
Yeah, I was like, I'm driving. I don't care. Yeah. I'm going to pay this crazy amount of money, and I can't refund the ticket, and I'm driving. I don't care. Yeah. I'm moving. But it was just like, dude, it bothered me. Like, to my core, where it's just like some inconvenient thing in my day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with coming home, but I felt like it did.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's a change in the routine. Yeah. 9 months of doing the same thing, like being that locked in is rough. Yeah. Coming home and then now you have like a 25-minute drive to work, or you have to, like, you don't wake up, brush your teeth, go to the shop, and you're there. Now it's like you wake up, you got to get in your car, you have to drive to get to work, then hang out at work. You got to drive to go get food if you want food, if you didn't bring any. Like, everywhere is like, it's a process, whereas like on the boat, dude, it was just like, wake up, brush my teeth, breathe, eat, take 10 steps, I'm at the shop, go upstairs, and I'm at the gym.
There's the day started. You know what I mean? It has a different world with a different set of rules.
And a different tempo.
Yeah.
And I think that played a huge part. It was like the tempo of our lives out there it was quick, everything was happening. You didn't have time to think about it, you just did it. It was like subconsciously, you did the job.
Yeah.
And then you get home, and now it's like, it's so much slower, you kind of feel bored.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Boredom, man.
I lost a lot of motivation because it was like I wasn't doing the job.
Yeah.
And it was like the first 6 months being home, I loved being home.
Yeah.
For everyone out there, like, coming home was amazing. Got to see people, family, friends, all that stuff. But the work side of my life was just lacking. And then I got hurt, and I think that's when I got into like my own head. Was when I wasn't flying. I wasn't doing the job to begin with after deployment. We kind of just training. And then it was like, now I'm not doing the job at all. And I can't work out to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I wasn't living that same life. I lost all my motivation. Went into a dark place. I think I just kept that to myself. I didn't want it to affect anybody else. And then I got fat and lazy. And it was rough, man. It was rough. And I think we had that talk. I've texted you a couple of times. Like, I need something. I need someone to light a fire in my ass because I'm losing my motivation, and you have. And I think that's honestly why we started the podcast too, for an outlet, our way of dealing with stress, and then to keep each other on top of it, man.
Hell yeah, iron sharpens iron.
Yes, it does.
Iron sharpens
iron. And then. Yeah, man. That's hopefully these podcasts are one way we can, cope with our stress, and then on the other note, we can hit workouts together.
Yeah,
I think for the people hopefully that are gonna watch this, working out is huge, man. It helps you mentally and physically, definitely physically, but like when you're working out and you feel good and you look good, like your mental state is.
Yeah, mind, body, soul. It's just one of the pillars, mind, body, soul. Yeah. Just got to hit it. And it's important too. Man, it's important. Too many.
Yeah. One thing I want to bring light on, you mentioned it earlier, was compartmentalization. I think that's a huge thing in aviation, in the military. In our community, you hear compartmentalize a lot, and I think it's great. It's a great habit to develop. You know what I mean? like compartmentalizing work from home life
Yeah.
can make a huge difference. And then when you're at work, compartmentalizing your home life. You know what I mean? Like if you're at work, you should focus on work. If you're at home, I'm a big believer of leaving work at work. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to bring work home, I'd
Yeah, it's
have
bad.
some shit days.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'd have some shit days.
Babe, you will not believe what happened today.
I would have some shit days.
100%. Yeah, it's a healthy. It can be healthy. It cannot be healthy. The only thing that I struggled with was I compartmentalized too much, and I would not process what happened.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the downside of it. Where if there's something that happened on deployment that was, like, something popped off, and whatever. Never unpacking those feelings is bad.
Yeah.
And being able to, and this is like another source that we're using, is to unpack some of this stuff. And to make you capable of being a good boyfriend, a good dad per se, or a good, sibling, whatever.
Friend.
Compartmentalizing is good to a degree.
Yeah.
It's helped me be a better ADub.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it made me a better boyfriend or a son. With that being said, as long as I process those eventually and not bury it, but no, and a lot of people maybe will say like, no, you got to feel your feelings, and that's true. But if we're out operating, like I got
time and place.
It's time and place. Yeah, as long as I don't forget about it, as long as I could have an outlet to where I could function, and that's not all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Later on in life. Tip for resting. God, man, sleep is important.
Sleep is huge.
Sleep is important. I could not sleep on deployment. I had
There were days, man.
issue where I could not sleep at all.
You were an early bird.
Because I couldn't sleep. Because I would wake.
But it was weird. It was like you were an early bird. I feel like you're still an early bird.
I wake up pretty early.
Regardless of the work hours, man. I mean, like our work hours were weird.
Yeah.
It was like 2 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, or it was the opposite.
Exactly opposite.
Yeah, but coming home, dude, one of the things I did, I got a really nice mattress because I can't sleep on. It was something I never done before, and I tried it out. I went to a fucking mattress firm and like laid on a couple beds, read up on some stuff, and I was like, I'm buying this. I don't care how much it is. And dude, I've been sleeping really good, and I have, so sleep, making sure you're getting the correct amount of sleep. It's my thing. Because if you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, you got to fix one of those. If I'm tired all the time, I'm going to be a dick. Yeah. So like something that I can fix, something I can actively control and be better at and work at is sleep. Yeah. And sometimes you can't sleep though. I ain't saying like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to get down, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I definitely have some good days of sleep, and then there's times where like I'm just dreaming all night, clenching. I'll wake up with a headache. Yeah. I don't know how to stop that. Shoot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have one this week.
All good.
I think sleep's huge.
Come back next week and we'll get you one from Miles.
Yeah, or we'll do Q&A if you guys want to ask questions in the comment section down below. We'll feel free to ask away, and we'll see if we can answer them to the best of our ability.
I can't wait for the bullies. There's gonna be some bully questions.
I'm here for it. I love it. Someone's gonna go in the comment section and just rip us apart.
Yeah. I'll get fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. With that being said, that's our pilot episode for Crew Rest. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Make sure you like and follow and subscribe. We will be starting hopefully an Instagram page, TikTok page. Mm-hmm. For sure. This is already going to go up on YouTube, but we appreciate you guys, those that hopefully will come and listen and interact with us. And again, we're doing this kind of for our own mental health, maybe some of our friends' mental health, and then kind of just, I don't know, creating some fun content for you guys.
Yeah.
Most importantly, just help us decompress.
Yeah.
But all right.
Peace. Shout out to my mom.
Thanks for tuning in to Crew Rest.